Hey, what is up guys? This is the Kung Fu Guy here, and today I have another martial arts talk for you. Today I'm going to talk about a question that a subscriber asked me about what is the right rep range? How many kicks and punches should I do in my training session? And I wrote him a really long answer, and I thought I can share it with you so it might help you if someone has the same question. About rep range, about amount and intensity, how many punches and kicks you should do per training. It all goes down for how many training per week you're doing, your body's capability, and your general goal. If your goal is to spar or to fight, to do something about fighting, then you really want to work on a lot of kicks and punches. If you're going for a street defense training type, but you want to work more about surviving and not, the fighting part of it, then maybe doing a lot of kicks won't help you. Today I'm going to talk about someone who wants to improve in martial arts, and if you go to the martial map, about the fighting and the martial arts and fighting part. Because doing a lot of kicks won't really help you in the street. Sure, knowing kicks will help, but you want to focus more about sprinting and dealing with tough situations. But anyway, I'm talking about sparring, I'm talking about sport activities that involves kicks. I'm talking about martial arts part, which is just doing good kicks. Nothing wrong with that. So for that I have a really specific answer, and that goes for how to build your martial arts program or training program. The first thing and the most important thing of all is to learn to pace yourself. If you don't know how to pace yourself, you'll injure yourself. You will definitely not get better. You might even get worse, but most of the times you'll just stay the same. You won't be able to throw the high kick that you always wanted to. You won't be able to perform a specific attack in a sparring match just because you're not pacing yourself quite properly. So how do you pace yourself? How do you make your goal come true when it comes to attacks, when it comes to any movement? If it's a slip, if it's a high kick, a punch, a combination, whatever it may be, you have a very specific guideline that you need to follow. And that is, no matter how good you're doing today, always be better tomorrow. Now, that might not really be true, because if you train good today, then you might want to take a day off tomorrow. Because if you try to train tomorrow, you won't be better. Even if you do better, in the day after, you'll injure yourself. But the point is that you are doing good today, and the next time you're training, you should do better. Let's just say, for today, you're going hardcore, you're trying to do side kicks to a sandbag, and you're doing like 50 kicks in a row, and then you're tired. But of course, don't forget to do both legs, right? You go to the next training session, which will be 2 days afterwards. So if you start training on Monday, it will be on Wednesday, okay? 2 days, one day off. You're going and trying it again. If you can't do more than you did the first time, voila, that's your answer. You are not pacing yourself correctly. Now let's just say you're going to try and improve in running. Sometimes you don't want to always be better by a lot, right? Same thing with the kicks. It doesn't matter if you can do 50 today, in the next training you can do 51. Doesn't matter if you can run 10 kilometers in 30 minutes, and then in the next training 29.50 seconds. Doesn't matter, as long as you are better, and as long as in the training before you have tried your best. So don't tell yourself, okay, I'm going to improve my push-ups, and you're doing like 10% of your maximum ability and you're trying to, no. You want to push yourself to the limit. To the limit, not on the limit. It's a big thing. It's always good to stress yourself, to put yourself in a position that really force you to give it your best, not just physically but mentally. That's strengthening a lot up here and in here. But it's really important to know that strengthening the mental part, the mental aspect of training, doesn't mean that you are invincible. And that's what I thought, that if I would just train hard and I would stay focused, I can do anything. Well, I almost did any injury there is, but as for training itself, I could have done better if I would have paced myself better. So as I said, pick yourself a training program. As example for training program would be for training for sparring, standing in front of a sandbag, of course after 15 minutes of warm-up, which should also be the same, because this is the best way you can understand how better you've become. If your warm-up is the same, then it's all left for the rest of your energy to do. So you're standing in front of a sandbag, and you're doing your combination. Example combination would be for me, a left jab, a right straight, a left hook, a right side kick, and a left push kick to the sandbag. And I'm doing that while moving around the sandbag, left, right, hook, kick, kick, and of course I'm always doing, I think it was 5-5, I'm not doing it right now because of the injuries, but I'm doing 5 left with the left to the front, so I'm starting with the left, and 5 with the right, always working on symmetry. Because if you're not symmetric, your opponent will understand that, oh, this guy can't throw a left roundhouse, so I don't even need to put my arm that high to block it. You need to know, always stay symmetric, just for the sake of the element of surprise. So, as I said, you're doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're doing it 5 times. You do 1, 2, then the other side 5, and then you're doing that as much times as you can. 3 or 4 times on one side and the other won't matter. But if you count the amount of punches you're doing, oh, that's a lot. And that's what you want to do. How many reps of punches and kicks you should do? As much as you can. But don't just throw them out. Punch, 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 punch. You want to go focused. You want to focus yourself to achieving your goal. So if my goal is to protect myself in the streets and to be able to defeat my comrade in a sparring match, then I'm really focused. And I know that I need to put every ounce of strength that I have into that punch, into that kick, because if I want, I will definitely want to achieve my goal, which is becoming the best. That's quite an egoistic approach, you might think, but this is what I decided. Not in sparring, but everything that I'm doing, I'm trying to be the best. Not better than everyone else. That just adds up. But I want to be better than I were last time I trained. Not necessarily yesterday, because after training you're tired, but always I am working to strengthen myself, to be stronger than I were yesterday. And if I want, it means that I'm starting to slack up. You're getting older, but that doesn't mean you're getting weaker. You can still get stronger, not just physically, everywhere. It's all connected. Just stay focused and pace yourself correctly. That's all you need. And have fun, of course. I always say that. Try to have fun, otherwise what's the point? Train hard, train smart. Peace.